Have you ever felt uncertain or even embarrassed about changes in your intimate life as you've gotten older? If you've noticed things aren't the same as they used to be, particularly with erectile function, you're not alone. In today's video, we'll dive into everything you need to know about erectile dysfunction after 50, from the physical and emotional factors involved to the practical steps you can take to regain confidence and enjoy fulfilling intimacy once again. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me. And if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. As we navigate the aging journey, we are bound to encounter changes that shape how we experience life, both physically and emotionally. Some of these changes are gradual, barely noticeable, while others can profoundly affect our daily existence. One such change, which can carry a deep emotional impact, is erectile dysfunction (ED). It's a topic that many shy away from, often due to embarrassment or societal stigma, but it affects a significant number of men as they grow older. Research shows that nearly half of men over the age of 50 experience some level of difficulty in maintaining an erection. These numbers are not just cold statistics. They represent the lived experiences of countless men. And yet, it's important to recognize that erectile dysfunction is not a reflection of personal failure or something to be ashamed of. Rather, it is often a natural, albeit challenging, part of the aging process, influenced by a variety of physical, emotional, and psychological factors. When we dig deeper into the causes of ED, one of the primary factors is blood circulation. The body, though resilient, inevitably shows signs of wear and tear as we age. Think about it. Our arteries, which once functioned effortlessly, allowing blood to flow smoothly, can become stiffer or narrower over time. This is often due to the buildup of plaque, a condition known as atherosclerosis. This narrowing of the arteries can make it more difficult for blood to travel through the body, and since erections depend largely on the proper flow of blood, any disruption in circulation can lead to issues with erectile function. The process is subtle but significant, and it underscores the fact that ED is not just a surface-level issue. It's deeply tied to overall health. For men who have conditions such as hypertension, high blood pressure, the likelihood of developing ED increases dramatically. Men with hypertension are 70% more likely to experience erectile problems than those with normal blood pressure. This can feel like an overwhelming statistic, but it is a reminder of how interconnected our bodily systems are. High blood pressure can put extra strain on the heart and blood vessels, reducing their ability to function as effectively as they once did. And the impact of this on sexual health is profound. Diabetes is another significant contributor to erectile dysfunction, doubling the risk for those who suffer from it. The connection here lies in how diabetes affects the blood vessels and nerves, both of which are crucial to erectile function. This can be especially difficult for diabetic men who already contend with the daily challenges of managing their blood sugar levels, as it feels like yet another burden added to an already heavy load. But again, it's important to remember that this is not a personal shortcoming. It's a complex health condition with real physiological roots. And then there's the issue of hormones, particularly testosterone. As men age, their levels of testosterone, often called the male hormone, naturally decline. Testosterone is closely tied to libido and sexual performance, so it's no surprise that as levels drop, so too can sexual desire and the ability to maintain an erection. But it's important to note that not every man will experience a significant drop in testosterone. For those who do, however, it can be an eye-opening and sometimes disheartening experience. Suddenly, the things that came easily in younger years, spontaneous desire, firm erections, may seem out of reach. And this can lead to a cascade of emotional responses, from frustration to sadness, and even a feeling of loss. Yet, it's essential to recognize that sexuality isn't purely physical. It's not just about blood flow, hormones, or age. It's also deeply emotional and psychological. And this is where erectile dysfunction can take an even heavier toll. Performance anxiety, for example, is a powerful psychological force. The constant worry about whether or not you'll perform can create a cycle of fear and doubt that, in itself, makes it harder to maintain an erection. This anxiety can quickly spiral out of control. A man may begin to dread intimate moments, fearing failure before they've even started. The anticipation of potential failure can be crippling, leading to an increase in anxiety and ultimately reinforcing the very outcome they were hoping to avoid. The emotional toll of erectile dysfunction is profound and often underestimated. It can lead to feelings of inadequacy, erode self-esteem, and create distance in intimate relationships. Men may withdraw from their partners, fearing rejection or misunderstanding. The frustration can build over time, turning into resentment or sadness. On the flip side, partners may feel confused or even reject themselves, not understanding the depth of the struggle their loved one is facing. This emotional distance can be just as painful as the physical challenges of ED. In many cases, open communication is crucial, yet it is often one of the hardest steps to take. The vulnerability required to talk about such a personal issue can feel daunting, but it can also be the first step toward healing, both physically and emotionally. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Erectile dysfunction doesn't just affect men physically. It affects their sense of masculinity, their confidence, and their emotional well-being. For many, there's an unspoken pressure to maintain a certain image of virility well into old age, and when that image begins to crumble, it can feel as if a piece of identity is lost. The truth, however, is that aging is a natural process that comes with both challenges and wisdom. Our bodies may change, but that does not diminish our worth, nor does it lessen the love and connection we can experience in our relationships. It's also worth noting that the psychological impact of erectile dysfunction can have far-reaching consequences beyond the bedroom. Anxiety, depression, and stress often go hand in hand with ED, creating a vicious cycle that can be difficult to break. The more a man worries about his sexual performance, the more likely he is to experience erectile difficulties, which in turn leads to further anxiety. It's a painful loop, but one that can be addressed with the right approach. Seeking help, whether through medical treatment, counseling, or open conversations with a partner, can make a world of difference. There are treatments available, ranging from medications to lifestyle changes, that can help improve erectile function. And just as importantly, addressing the emotional and psychological components of ED can bring a renewed sense of confidence and connection. Ultimately, erectile dysfunction is a challenge that many men will face as they age, but it's not insurmountable. It's a deeply human experience that speaks to the complexities of aging, health, and intimacy. By understanding the underlying causes, addressing the emotional toll, and seeking the support you need, you can navigate this phase of life with compassion for yourself and your partner. Aging may bring changes, but it also brings opportunities for growth, deeper understanding, and a more profound connection with the people you love. Social expectations often add a significant layer of pressure when it comes to intimacy, especially as we age. There is a persistent and mistaken belief that intimacy must always include an erection, and this misconception can put unnecessary strain on both the man and his partner. It's a belief that has been ingrained in us by society, but one that we must challenge as we grow older and wiser. Intimacy is far more than physical performance. It's about connection, trust, and shared experiences, and it's crucial to rethink this limited view of intimacy. The truth is that a fulfilling intimate life can thrive without the constant pressure to perform in a specific way, and this realization can be freeing for both partners. The good news is that there are many effective solutions, both medical and therapeutic, that can help men navigate erectile dysfunction without letting it define their entire intimate experience. Let's start with the foundation of any good health plan: lifestyle changes. It's no secret that our overall well-being is deeply influenced by the way we treat our bodies. Regular physical activity and a balanced diet are two of the most powerful tools we have at our disposal. Engaging in activities like walking, swimming, or yoga not only improves blood circulation, which is essential for erectile function, but also reduces stress, which is a major psychological contributor to erectile dysfunction. Imagine how much lighter you could feel by incorporating movement into your daily routine, not only for your physical health, but also for your peace of mind. Exercise releases endorphins, those feel-good hormones that boost your mood and reduce anxiety, which can in turn alleviate the mental pressures surrounding intimacy. Diet is equally important. By eating more fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats like olive oil, you are giving your body the nutrients it needs to function optimally. These foods help keep your arteries clear and your heart strong, both of which are vital for maintaining healthy blood flow. Smoking and excessive alcohol consumption, on the other hand, can wreak havoc on your health. Smoking, in particular, damages the blood vessels and restricts circulation, making it harder for blood to flow to the areas where it's needed most. Quitting smoking or cutting back on alcohol can feel like a huge challenge, but it's a step that can have transformative effects on your overall health, including your sexual health. When it comes to medical treatments, there are several options available. Medications that enhance blood flow to the genital area are among the most well-known solutions. These drugs, like Viagra or Cialis, have helped countless men regain confidence in their ability to engage in intimate moments. However, it's important to note that they aren't a magic cure. These medications can be highly effective, but they need to be prescribed by a doctor who can assess whether they are safe for you. For instance, men with certain heart conditions or those who are on medication for blood pressure may not be good candidates for these treatments. It's also worth mentioning that these drugs can have side effects, so taking them without proper medical guidance could lead to complications. Still, for many men, these medications offer a powerful solution that can restore not only sexual function, but also the emotional confidence that comes with it. For some men, hormone therapy might be an option. Testosterone levels naturally decline with age, and if they dip too low, it can significantly affect not only sexual desire, but also energy levels, mood, and even bone health. In these cases, a doctor may recommend hormone replacement therapy. However, this approach comes with its risks, and testosterone therapy must be closely monitored by a healthcare professional to avoid any potential side effects. The goal isn't just to boost sexual function, but to improve overall well-being, striking a balance that supports both physical and emotional health. One point that cannot be overstated is the importance of communication in a relationship. When a man is dealing with erectile dysfunction, the emotional weight of that experience can easily affect both partners. Often, the man may feel embarrassed or frustrated, while the partner may feel confused or even rejected. This can lead to distance in the relationship, with both individuals retreating into their insecurities. The key to overcoming this is open, honest communication. It's crucial to talk about your feelings, your worries, your hopes, and what you both expect from your intimate life moving forward. When you share these vulnerable thoughts, you strengthen the emotional bond that underpins a relationship, and this can make the physical aspects of intimacy much less fraught with pressure. Intimacy is not just about physical performance. It's about emotional connection, trust, and the shared journey of navigating life's changes together. By having these open conversations, you can redefine what intimacy means for you as a couple, making it less about meeting certain expectations and more about enjoying each other's company in a loving, supportive way. This can take the pressure off both partners and create a space where intimacy can flourish naturally without the weight of performance anxiety hanging over it. In the end, erectile dysfunction is just one part of the larger picture of aging. It's a challenge, yes, but it's not the end of intimacy or a fulfilling relationship. By focusing on lifestyle changes, exploring medical options, and maintaining open communication with your partner, you can navigate this phase of life with grace and confidence. Aging may change your body, but it doesn't have to diminish your connection with your partner or your ability to experience a rich, loving, and intimate life. It's so important to remember that true sexual satisfaction isn't defined by frequency, duration, or even physical performance. Instead, it's about the depth of emotional connection and the shared pleasure that comes from simply being together in a loving, intimate way. As we grow older, intimacy evolves, just like we do. It may not look the same as it did in our youth, but that doesn't make it any less meaningful or fulfilling. Intimacy in later life can be even richer because it's built on years of mutual understanding, trust, and shared experiences. Caresses, tenderness, loving gestures, and quiet moments of connection are just as powerful as any physical act. These moments remind us that intimacy is about more than the body. It's about the heart and soul. A simple touch, a look of affection, or a shared moment of vulnerability can create a bond far deeper than any physical encounter alone. These gestures become a language of love, one that doesn't require words or expectations, but simply the presence of two people who care for each other. As we age, we come to realize that the most profound moments of intimacy are often found in these quiet, tender exchanges. They remind us that physical closeness is just one piece of the puzzle. The emotional connection, the deep, abiding love and respect for one another, becomes the foundation of a satisfying and fulfilling intimate life. So, instead of focusing on what may have changed physically, embrace how your relationship has grown emotionally. The joy of intimacy in later life comes from these small, loving moments that reaffirm the bond between you and your partner. Ultimately, intimacy is about feeling seen, loved, and understood, and that kind of connection only deepens with time. So even if the physical aspects of intimacy look different, the love, affection, and care you share with your partner can make these moments just as rich, meaningful, and fulfilling as they were in your younger years, if not more so. For those who prefer a more natural or non-pharmaceutical approach, there are practical alternatives, such as devices like vacuum pumps. While these may not be the most glamorous solution, they can offer real relief and help restore confidence in intimacy. These devices work by creating a vacuum around the intimate areas, drawing blood into the penis and thus facilitating an erection. For many couples, this method proves to be an effective solution, especially when medications either don't work, cause unwanted side effects, or aren't recommended due to underlying health conditions. It may not be a first-choice option for some, but the important thing is that it offers hope and a tangible, non-invasive way to regain control over sexual health. While vacuum pumps might seem unorthodox, the truth is that they are highly regarded by many men and their partners. What's important to remember is that intimacy isn't about the how. It's about the connection, the shared experiences, and the emotional satisfaction that comes with it. If using a device like this allows you to continue enjoying closeness and pleasure with your partner, then it becomes a valuable tool in maintaining that bond. Beyond the physical aids, though, I want to stress how crucial it is to seek support when facing erectile dysfunction. This is not a burden you should carry on your own. Feeling overwhelmed, confused, or even embarrassed is natural, but remember that there are professionals ready to help you navigate this challenge. A sex therapist, a medical doctor, or even a support group can provide not only practical solutions, but also emotional support. Don't underestimate the power of talking to someone who understands what you're going through. Sometimes, just voicing your concerns can lift a huge emotional weight. It's also important to recognize that ED doesn't have to define you or your relationships. It's a common condition, especially as we age, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, by seeking help and exploring the various treatment options, whether that's lifestyle changes, devices, medications, or therapy, you're taking an empowering step towards improving your overall quality of life. Sexual health is a key part of our well-being, and it plays an essential role in our emotional and physical happiness. By addressing ED with the right support, you're investing in your health, your relationships, and your future. Finally, it's important to leave you with a message of hope. Erectile dysfunction in older age is far from the end of a fulfilling, joyful sex life. In fact, with the right knowledge, a mindset of openness, and the support of compassionate professionals, it's entirely possible to continue experiencing deep, satisfying, and meaningful intimacy. Mature sexuality may look different than it did in youth, but that doesn't mean it's any less rewarding or fulfilling. In many ways, it can be even more special, as it's often rooted in a lifetime of trust, emotional connection, and shared experiences. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. The key to navigating this journey is having the right attitude, one that embraces change rather than fears it, understanding that intimacy evolves and doesn't have to meet society's narrow definitions can bring newfound freedom and joy. It's about appreciating the tender moments, the affectionate gestures, and the emotional closeness that comes with a mature relationship. When you approach sexuality with curiosity, compassion, and a willingness to adapt, you open the door to an intimacy that is both rich and rewarding. So, remember, ED is just a chapter in the larger story of your life. With the right information, open communication with your partner, and professional guidance, you can continue to enjoy a vibrant, fulfilling sex life well into your later years. It's all about embracing the journey and recognizing that intimacy is not defined by physical performance alone, but by the depth of connection, love, and mutual understanding you share with your partner. As we come to the end of this discussion, I hope you're leaving with a new perspective on how erectile dysfunction doesn't have to mean the end of a fulfilling, intimate life. The journey through aging is full of changes, but it's also rich with opportunities for deeper connection and emotional intimacy. What have you learned today that has resonated with you? We'd love to hear your thoughts. What's one thing you plan to bring into practice in your own life? Please share your answer in the comments below, and let's continue the conversation. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more insights and empowering content. Thank you for watching.